to flavor. Tonight, 5 days, 30 events, and 100 international tastes. We are live from Paradise Island this week as we gear up for the Atlantis Wine and Food Festival. Stay tuned to find out how you can walk away with tickets. But first, the Prime Minister touts economic growth, rising investments, and falling unemployment during his 2025 mid-year budget wrap-up while dismissing opposition claims of stagnation. Plus, the war on crime continues as a violent Sunday night in the capital leaves 2 men dead and another injured in separate incidents, pushing this year's homicide count to 16. Investigators making an all-too-familiar appeal. Then in our news at 7:30, a viral sensation opens up about his mother's murder and a life-changing music connection. How an international country artist helped him overcome grief and reclaim his future. Our news live at 7 starts right now. Welcome to our news live at 7. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Candido Knowles. A bloody Sunday night in the capital. 3 men shot, 2 fatally in separate incidents just hours apart. These latest acts of violence put the country's homicide count to 16 for the year, leaving shock and sadness in those communities. Our Joshua Williams was on both scenes. He gets us.
The cries of relatives echoed through Munson Village Sunday as they grappled with the painful reality that their loved one, gunned down just off of Boyd Road in Chippenham, becoming the country's 15th homicide for the year. Police first alerted media to the incident around 7 p.m., initially reporting the victim was alive, but later confirming his death. Police press liaison Chief Superintendent Sharia King spoke on the scene.
The victim was at his residence when a light-colored Japanese vehicle pulled up. Two occupants of that vehicle exited the vehicle and shot the victim, fatally wounding him.
A family member who chose to remain anonymous identified the victim as 20-year-old Jaden Henfield.
This is another young man, hard-working individual. Young man works 2 jobs. Senseless killing.
And just hours later, police alerting us to another shooting around 11 p.m., this time in Kennedy subdivision just in front of the community park. Officers say ShotSpotter technology alerted investigators who discovered the man with a gunshot wound to the upper body.
A group of men was outside a residence in Kennedy sub when a dark-colored Japanese vehicle pulled up. Occupants of that vehicle exited and opened fire on the group of males, hitting one male fatally.
Police could not say whether both incidents were related but are making this appeal.
If they have any information about this matter, to call police at 919-911, CID at 502-9992, or any one of their local police station. As I said, East Street South was right in this area on Wednesday, and so we are appealing to the community to reach out.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Joshua Williams.
All right, thanks so much for that, Josh. A judge has denied bail to 29-year-old Rashad Albury, who was accused of a drive-by shooting in Eleuthera last year. Prosecutors claim Albury attempted to murder Dawson Alcira and had a firearm with the intent to endanger his life. The charges relate to a November 22nd, 2024 shooting in North Eleuthera. Justice Neil Brathwaite denied bail to prevent Albury from interfering with witnesses in the close-knit community. Prime Minister Philip Davis defending his administration's performance during the 2025 mid-year budget wrap-up in the House of Assembly Monday. The nation's leader highlighted economic growth, increased investments, and a drop in unemployment as key achievements. Davis rejected claims of stagnation, accusing the opposition of failing to recognize the progress made under his government.
When you see an economy that is growing, when you see jobs returning, when you see record investment flowing into this country, you do not need to be told that what success looks like. It is happening. It is real. And it is only possible because of the faith, the perseverance, and the sheer resilience of the Bahamian people.
The Prime Minister also hit back at the opposition, who he claims is not supportive of the country's growth.
When employment falls, when businesses grow, when the economy strengthens, they do not welcome it. They do not embrace it. They do not even acknowledge it. They do not, as any responsible opposition might, challenge us to go further. Instead, they lament and complain. They see every investment as a threat to their political fortunes, every economic milestone as a setback to their ambition.
The Bahamas and India strengthened diplomatic ties recently with a historic visit from India's Minister of State for External Affairs, Pabitra Margarita. This is the first ministerial visit from India to the Bahamas since the two nations established diplomatic relations in 1975. During his visit, Margarita toured the Bahamas National Trust on Village Road and planted a yellow elder tree symbolizing both nations' shared commitment to environmental sustainability. He also held talks with officials from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the Office of the Prime Minister. Foreign Affairs Minister Fred Mitchell said the meeting followed up on previous discussions between Prime Minister Davis and India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi in Guyana, providing an opportunity to follow through on some key pledges.
This is a follow-up from a meeting which the Prime Minister held with the Indian Prime Minister in Guyana. They made a number of pledges, and this was an ability to follow through on those pledges that were made down there. It's a lot of IT work. They want to build a community center here, a couple of other things.
All right, 5 days, 30 events, and over 100 international flavors in the ultimate culinary celebration at the Atlantis Wine and Food Festival. We are counting down to the premier event on Paradise Island. Our Megan Shepherd, she's live at Atlantis, giving you an exclusive inside look in less than 5 minutes. But before we check in with her, it's time for your first look at temperatures. Meteorologist Greg Thompson is in the Weather Center. Greg?
Time change.
Yes.
Getting
it did.
Later in the evening. Still
it
got
did.
that sunshine out there.
I actually like this time better.
Yeah,
you
I
get
think
more
I do
sun,
so.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. And of course, it's warm in the
I was
evening
going to say
times.
more sun means it feels like an 84.
Yep. 81 degrees is our current temperature on the outside. Few clouds, and those winds are picked up. South-southwest winds at 17 miles per hour. Feels like temperature is at 84. Temperatures around the islands right now, it is 77 in Freeport. You have some showers up there. There is a front moving into the northwest Bahamas short in a short while. 80 degrees, Marsh Harbor, Abaco, Great Harbor Key. Pick up 75 in Alistown, Bimini. 83 in Nicholstown, Andros. Pair of 81s here in the capital as well as in Governor's Harbor. Kemps Bay, South Andros, 84. 79 Northeasttown, Cat Island, as well as in Deadman's Key, Cuban Town, San Salvador, 78. Georgetown, 80. And 80 degrees also in Duncantown, Ragged Island, 76 in Colonel Hill, Cricket Island, 78, Delectable Bay, Abrahams Bay, Providenciales, Turks and Caicos Island, 79, and Matthewtown, Inagua, you round out a temperature profile at 82. Frontal boundary now pushing into the northwest Bahamas, a lot of clouds associated with it, some showers and thunderstorms. Some of those thunderstorms will be strong, possibly to severe at times, so we're going to continue to monitor that. There is a marine warning just to the southwest of Bimini. That's due to the showers and thunderstorms moving across that area with some significant thunderstorm activity. But this front will continue to side towards the south. In the meantime, that is also causing the winds, the pressure gradient to tighten. So we have a gale warning for the northwest Bahamas. That will move into the southeast Bahamas as well. And of course, that will continue through tomorrow. That's your first look at weather. Stick with us. A look at your extended forecast is still to come.
Thanks, Greg. And still to come on our news, are you ready to savor? Atlantis Wine and Food Festival is almost here. 5 days, 30 events, and over 100 international flavors. We are live from Paradise Island, getting a taste of what's to come.
Coming up in sports, after Jazz hits his first home run of the spring, we all breathe a collective sigh of relief. Now we're ready for opening day.
Hey, Greg Thompson here, and thank you for watching. Be sure to hit that follow button. And if you want to see more content like this, follow all of our news social media pages. And hey, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team you already trust.
Calling all Alive Fiber basketball fans. Get ready to experience the NBA Finals live. You can enter an all-expense-paid trip to not one, but 2 NBA Finals games. It's simple. Just sign up for our Alive NBA League Pass or Infinite Sports X package by May 16th. Stay connected, enjoy blazing fast internet, and score your chance to witness the NBA action up close. Don't miss out. Visit AliveFiber.com and take your shot at NBA glory. Terms and conditions apply. It's good to be alive.
Pack your bags and bring your taste buds on another amazing adventure. Starting March 10th through the 14th, the Hour News team is live from the Nassau Paradise Island Wine and Food Festival at the Atlantis Resort, nightly at 7 and 7:30. As your official guides, we're giving you front row seats to world-renowned wine and spirit producers, award-winning chefs, culinary icons, and electrifying performances. An unforgettable week at the Wine and Food Festival starting March 10th with Our News.
At RBC, we're proud to support Alive's Ultimate Business Makeover campaign for a second year. We know that micro, small, and medium businesses are vital to our economy. They drive innovation, and more importantly, they create jobs. By investing in their growth, we're fostering economic success, and together we can pave the road to a thriving business community.
This is our news. Welcome back. Well, it promises to be a culinary celebration like no other. With 5 days, 30 events, and over 100 international flavors, the countdown is on for the Atlantis Wine and Food Festival, and we're taking you inside the action this week. It all kicks off this Wednesday, and our Megan Shepherd will be your guide before and during the festivities. She's live at Atlantis, where she and the Our News team will be stationed all week. And Megan, I'm already jealous.
Festival. Thanks so much, Cantino. I heard you said that you are jealous. I would say save just a little bit of that for Wednesday when it all kicks off here in Paradise, Atlantis Paradise Island. That is for the Wine and Food Festival, and it is promising to be an amazing event. But before we get there, we are still in preparation mode, and to tell us a little bit about what you can expect for the remainder of the week is Mr. Jason Spencer, VP of Special Events, and of course, this is a very special event. Tell people what they can expect.
We are super excited. We have 5 days of fun-filled activities, events, over 30 events, 60 restaurant partners, a ton of food, a ton of wine, great music, headlined by Shaggy on Saturday night. It is truly an amazing endeavor, and I encourage those to still buy tickets because they are available at nippywhip.org. But expect a good time. Expect to dance, to eat, to socialize, to explore different facets of the resort you might not have seen before, and to rub shoulders with some of the biggest name celebrity chefs that you could imagine.
And I know you said to get some tickets. Some things are already selling out. So people, now is not the time to be on Bahamian time and wait to get your tickets. What are some of the activities or events that you're looking forward to most?
Of course, I'm looking forward to our big three. We call them our big three events over at Paradise Harbor. That consists of tacos and tequila, Taste of Paradise, and Jerk Jam. And the beauty about those events, we partner with close to 60 Bahamian restaurants and chefs to come up to Atlantis and really provide our guests with the taste of the entire island. And then there's music, great bands, higher level band. We have Wendy, KB, and Shaggy bringing it home on Saturday night at the Jerk Jam. So really looking forward to those events.
I am looking forward to those events, and I am looking forward to being your tour guide for the remainder of the week. Now, if you want a chance to spend the week here with us at the Wine and Food Festival, head on over to any of your favorite Our News Bahamas social media pages, because we are giving away free tickets all week. You don't want to miss it. Stay tuned. Our Danielle Miller is also live on location, and she has more about what's to come this week. Back to you, Candido. Back to sports, rather.
Welcome to Our Sports at 7, presented by 10th Year Seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. That's John Marknut. Let's do show. Headed into Sunday afternoon, Jazz Chisholm had been struggling at the plate during spring training, but he was due for a breakout game in the heart of the New York Yankees lineup. Chisholm went 2 for 3, including his first home run of Grapefruit League play in yesterday's 6-5 loss to the St. Louis Cardinals.
Another young Bahamian baseball player heads to the minor leagues. Alex Eneas officially signed with the New York Mets.
Following the triumph of AmeriCup qualification, national team members were back with their respective clubs. In the Cypriot Basketball League, Kentuan Smith had a dominant performance for Anathorsis. Tavario Miller and his Argentinian club Kisma lost in the quarterfinals of the Basketball Champions League Americas.
In the latest chapter of the country's most intense sports rivalry, the Queens College Comets can claim the bragging rights for another year as the BAISS track and field champions. The Comets led from the opening day to the last events and totaled 1,344 points to win the 4th meet title in school history.
That'll do it for Our Sports. Stay tuned to Our News at 7:30 for details on these stories and more.
When Our News comes back from the break, we turn our spotlight to stories making headlines across the world as Mark Carney will succeed Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. We'll tell you the vote. This as a Haitian economist takes over as transition president. And we'll tell you the self-deportation app unveiled recently by the United States when Our News returns.
My name is Trevor Williams. I've been a Live Fiber customer since March 2024. The installation process was seamless, effortless, and extremely fast. The gentlemen that came to the installation were very helpful, reliable, very knowledgeable, and the time allocated to do the installation was shorter than the time specified. Yeah, the previous provider I had, I noticed that the internet speed actually had intermittent on the services, so I was very grateful that the live fiber was available in my area. Once I was able to make the switch, my service and everything I needed was satisfied. My favorite feature would actually be being able to add any apps from the Play Store. It's just basically making any dumb TV a smart TV. I do it.
This is our news. Welcome back. We turn our attention now to stories making headlines across the world.
In first place, the next Prime Minister of Canada, Mark Carney, with 131,674 votes, resulting in 29,457 allocated points, representing 85.9% of the vote.
Mark Carney has won the leadership of Canada's ruling Liberal Party, succeeding Justin Trudeau as Prime Minister. Official results confirmed Sunday. The 59-year-old secured 86% of the vote, defeating former Finance Minister Chrystia Freeland. Carney takes the helm at a critical moment as Canada faces a trade war with the United States under President Donald Trump. Carney criticized Trump's tariff threats, vowing to maintain Canada's retaliatory tariffs until the U.S., quote, shows respect.
America is not Canada. And Canada never, ever will be part of America in any way, shape, or form. Look, we didn't ask for this fight. We didn't ask for this fight. But Canadians are always ready when someone else drops the gloves. So the Americans, they should make no mistake, in trade as in hockey, Canada will win.
Haiti's former central bank chief Fritz Alphonse Jean has stepped into the role of the country's rotating president, taking charge during one of its most violent periods. His term is expected to run until August 7th. Jean took over from architect Leslie Voltaire on Friday and wasted no time addressing the nation's gang violence. Jean promised a rectifying war budget and plans to recruit and train over 3,000 new police and military personnel this year. Despite allocating $227 million to national police, Haiti's security forces still struggle to match the power of heavily armed gangs. And the Trump administration is repurposing its Customs and Border Protection Home app, originally designed for asylum appointments, to now let undocumented migrants in the United States self-deport. The app allows migrants to submit an intent to depart, offering a chance to leave voluntarily and avoid harsher penalties. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem said those who comply may still have the opportunity to return legally. But for those who don't, she warned, quote, "We will find them, we will deport them, and they will never return," end quote. The move is part of broader immigration reforms, including a proposed national registry for undocumented migrants. Still to come in our news, today in history, find out interesting facts about the day that was March 10th. Then in our news at 7:30, the opposition leader says Rand Memorial Hospital in Grand Bahama facing waste management problems, while he claims current disposal methods are unsustainable. But first, Works Minister Clay Sweeting says the Prime Minister has now instructed multiple ministries to assess roadside garages and scrap metal yards in the aftermath of a massive weekend fire. The story when our news returns.
what's good, my loyal viewers? Ronaldo Dorset of 10YS here. First of all, thanks so much for watching, but be sure to hit that follow button. If you'd like to see more content like this, follow all of the R News social media pages, and of course, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team, well, from the teams you already trust.
Pack your bags and bring your taste buds on another amazing adventure. Starting March 10th through the 14th, the Hour News team is live from the Nassau Paradise Island Wine and Food Festival.
On this day in Bahamian history, in 2012, forecasters were monitoring an unusual weather pattern that saw a longer winter that led to hotter and drier conditions in the Bahamas. Then in 2020, 2 schools on New Providence were put on lockdown.
According to Chief Superintendent Solomon Cash, shortly before noon Tuesday, police received information of 2 armed suspects in a vehicle on Palm Beach Street.
Also in 2020, a massive blaze at the rear of the Police Internal Security Division, leading to billows of smoke for about a half a mile. Police, who were trying to keep curious onlookers away, said 50 vehicles were on fire. Then in 2021, the Bahamas received its first batch of COVID-19 vaccines. 20,000 doses were secured through the COVAX facility and landed at the Lyndon Pindling International Airport on a flight from Newark, New Jersey.
One of my happiest moments, other than this, will be when I can say, Jonkanors, friends, colleagues, get ready for Christmas. Let's rock and roll. Thank you very much. God bless you.
And finally, in 2022, to mark its 50th birthday, Carnival announced $300 million projects for Grand Bahama and San Salvador, while the $2 million Elnet Maritime Center was opened by Prime Minister Philip Davis in Freeport. It was touted as a significant step in the rebound of the island's economy. All right, if you've been scrolling on Facebook or YouTube in the last week, then it may have been hard for you not to hear a new take on Rake and Scrape, Whip Wap. The pirate song, which opens with a chant similar to old pirate folk songs, was created in the legendary Circle House Studios in Miami, Florida. Hits such as Pharrell's Happy and Lauryn Hill's Miseducation are just some of the songs created in the studio's 40-year history. Julian Believe is hoping this song has the same longevity. After performing at the Best of the Best Rake and Scrape Explosion last November, Julian reached out to Shine, Johnny Cake, and Exec to create music aimed at a younger generation of Rake and Scrape fans. He tells us how the song came together.
We just felt like this is it. This is this is our interpretation of what Bahamian music and culture should be representative of today. It's like, this is just our version and something for the young people can enjoy, foreigners can enjoy, and that's always been my thing with the music that I create. I wanted to have something that no matter where in the world you're from, the minute you hear us, you can appreciate us and understand us. So that's how that song came about.
And producer Zoltan Johnson says, growing up, there were more younger Rake and Scrape fans. He wants to do his part in bringing the genre back to the forefront.
I want to do something different. Of course, there's traditional Rake and Scrape, and that'll never change. As I have a huge piece of my heart belongs to traditional Rake and Scrape. But what I wanted to do was something kind of different. I wanted to kind of tweak it my way so it could better suit, the club, the car, the youth, the younger generation. So that was my approach in making the track. I really wanted the low end hit right because I feel like we deserve to get that type of attention and energy when we in the club too. They could play Rake and Scrape. They should be able to play it anywhere, just like all other genres of music.
All right, we end this half hour on the island of Eleuthera as the Bahamas Hope Challenge took over the streets of central Eleuthera on the weekend. Hundreds coming out to run and ride for the cause, all in an effort to fight cancer. Our Joshua Williams was there for the festivities.
We're here in beautiful Governor's Harbor, Eleuthera, where hundreds of runners and cyclists are here for the Bahamas Hope Challenge. This was founded back in 2006, and it's a worthy cause, spreading awareness and raising money for cancer.
First out the Bahamas Hope Challenge gates were the cyclists, some of them riding as little as 10 miles, others took on a 100-mile trek, as far as the Glass Window Bridge back to Coco de Maya Beach and back again. Then came the runners, many of them from corporate Bahamas. They participated in either the 5K or 10K route. A few braved the marathon earlier that week. I spoke to Vivian Prophet, who says this is her second year at the challenge.
It's been interesting. It's tough. The hills are very deceptive, isn't it? You get to the top and you think there's a downhill and there's another uphill, but I've had great company.
We also rode along with the athletes, the route taking us through popular settlements in Eleuthera like James Cistern, Rainbow Bay, Hatchet Bay, and Gregorytown. Along the way at different rest spots, local volunteers were present to cheer on runners, providing them with snacks and water. Joshua Higgins has represented the country nationally in sailing. He says he's decided to give cycling a try.
Yeah, no, it's super nice. Like I was looking forward to doing this from a couple months ago when I first found out about it, actually. And yeah, I riding out of my friend Arthur Farley, a really good friend of mine. We met during one of my tours to Europe as sailors, and he actually battles leukemia.
Co-founder and director of the organization, Susan Larson, says the event takes a lot of hard work and preparation, but the results are worth it.
For Bahamians that struggle to pay for cancer treatment or preventative measures, and that's been our motivating factor all these years.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Joshua Williams.
All right, thanks so much for that, Josh. If you want to watch his story again and for all of today's top stories, you can visit ournews.bs. That's going to do it for us at News at 7. Joining us now is Italia Hall. She's got the latest headlines. Italia, did Josh show you the video of him playing DJ?
No, he did not.
Rifle?
He did not.
Listen, Josh had a blast.
Wow.
He had a blast this weekend. Speaking of this weekend, we missed you on Friday.
Yes. I went on an adventure.
I was going to say, where in the world were you this weekend?
I went to San Salvador.
Okay.
So it was nice. It was great. You
sometimes
didn't tell
me that.
I know. And so
you tricked me.
I just want to say hi to the security team at the San Salvador airport who watches us every night.
All right.
They say they support us. Hello. And that is Emma, Wanda, Ashley, and Chanel.
All right.
All right.
All right. Good night to you guys in San Salvador.
Thanks so much. Please continue to watch. Ken, thanks so much. And coming up, the opposition leader says the Rand Memorial Hospital in Grand Bahama is facing waste management problems, plus the PM orders an assessment following a weekend fire. Here are your latest headlines. First tonight on our News Live at 7:30, a young man opens up about the murder of his mother that he witnessed at the age of 13. Our Delvardo Emmanuel has the exclusive story coming up. Also, a man faces charges for an armed robbery and murder of a motorcyclist last year. Plus, F&M leader Michael Pintard says poor waste management is hurting healthcare workers at the Rand Memorial Hospital. And later, a Bahamian woman runs for office in Florida is sharing her journey and vision tonight as she campaigns for a seat in Miramar. And that's all coming up when our News Live at 7:30 returns.
Candino Notes here, and thank you so much for watching. Be sure and hit that follow button if you want to see more stories like this. Be sure and follow all of the R News social media pages. And hey, don't forget, turn on your notifications so you never miss out on top stories from the team you already trust.
Family, how you look so down? Set up all cold and flu, could flip that frown. All the coughing and that runny nose cannot last. You must come back to work and class. Set them all can deal with that fast, yeah. Try set them all cold and flu, daytime and nighttime too. Try Setamol, cold and flu, and get back to the better you. Available at pharmacies nationwide.
Distributed by Lowe's Wholesale Drug Agencies Limited.
Welcome to Paradise Games, where exceptional service meets the ultimate gaming experience. Our dedicated team is here to make every visit a win.
Now this is paradise.
This is more than just a place to play.
Now this is paradise.
It's where excitement meets world-class service.
Now this is paradise.
Now this is paradise.
Come experience it for yourself. Now this is paradise.
Every season creates an opportunity for you to enjoy the comfort and security of your most valuable assets. Unfortunately, termites are common and very unwanted guests that never stop eating. With Strucum, you can enjoy the peace of mind as we protect your investment with our 3-year fumigation warranty. Strucum, #1 in pest control services.
MT Corporation is on the move, day by day.
Welcome to our news. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Natalia Hall. Well, a young man who went viral on social media last week is opening up about the murder of his mother that he witnessed at the age of 13. Our Delvado Emmanuel has the exclusive story.
I am a survivor of attempted murder. When I was 13, I witnessed my mother be shot and killed.
Back in 2015, Trent McIntosh Jr.'s mother, Joyelle McIntosh, was gunned down right before his very eyes. The murder of the Queens College elementary school teacher grabbed national headlines as the nation grappled with the senseless killing. Prosecutors say she was killed as she drove along Parkgate Road with her son in the passenger seat. Trent testified in court that his mom swerved to avoid a man lying in the street. Seconds later, she was shot in the neck. Her son ran for his life as bullet whizzed past him. It's a tragic moment that shattered Trent's world.
Being so outgoing and being so full of life and just kind of live in the moment kind of person, and my mom's death has a lot to do with the person that I am today.
The grief lingered as he went through high school, where the trauma began to take its toll. Trent says his grades started to decline in his final years at Queens College. Trent claims with his grades dropping, his guardian at the time refused to pay his school fees.
I was going through PTSD because of my situation with my mother, and I was failing. I was failing school straight up.
But then came an unexpected lifeline from his primary school friend at Life-a-Key International School, where his mom once taught. The son of country music legend, Shania Twain.
Me and him had a conversation, a very lengthy conversation. He told me he'd call me back in a couple of days. He ended up calling me back in about 5 minutes and said that his mom, Miss Twain, Shania Twain, had agreed to pay my 11th and 12th grade tuition.
He even made a post on social media where he recently reunited with Twain, saying he's forever grateful for the help. With his education secured, Trent found his footing. He since graduated from high school and launched his career as an event promoter. Now at 22, Trent is a businessman, a promoter, and a survivor.
Losing my mom has benefited me, and it sounds so crazy, has benefited me in so many ways. I'm much more independent because I only have me to depend on.
Reporting for our news, I'm Delvado Emmanuel.
Thanks, Delvado. Meanwhile, investigators still probing a deadly weekend in Nassau with 2 shootings on Sunday. A 20-year-old was gunned down near Boyd Road, becoming the 15th homicide for the year. His family called the killing senseless. Hours later, another shooting in the Kennedy subdivision left 1 man dead and another injured. Police are investigating if the incidents are connected and are urging anyone with information to come forward. The full story is available now at ournews.bs, on the Our News, and on the Our News Bahamas Facebook page. Well, a man is facing charges in connection with a murder and armed robbery of a motorcyclist last year. 21-year-old Thomas Johnson is accused of being an accessory after the fact to Jamsley Richmond's murder and armed robbery. Prosecutors allege that robbers deliberately knocked 19-year-old Richmond off his Yamaha motorcycle at Robinson Road on June 24, 2024, and took his bike. He died as a result. Police had initially treated the matter as a hit and run. Johnson was not required to enter pleas to the charges. When he stood before Chief Magistrate Roberto Rackley, he was denied bail and is back in court on May 29 to receive voluntary bill of indictment papers. Well, firefighters battling a massive blaze at Larry's scrap metal yard near New Providence Ecology Park over the weekend. Environment Minister Vaughn Miller attributed the fire to electrical issues that sparked the blaze, which was visible for miles across the island. Speaking on the sidelines of the Local Government Month launched today, Works Minister Clay Sweeting revealed the Prime Minister has mandated his ministry and other ministries to assess roadside garages and scrap metal yards.
I don't want us to negate the fact that this is a long-standing issue in New Providence, right? It just didn't pop up yesterday. but it's been more prominent because of the last 2 weeks. We've had, I think, two large fires in roadside garages. Minnesota and Mar is also going to play a role because these roadside garages, a lot of them are in our constituency, and it is frustrating for communities when you have roadside garages popping up through these communities. So we are assessing it. We have a team that's looking at possibly relocating a lot of the larger ones.
Well, Free National Movement leader Michael Pintard says Durand Memorial Hospital in Grand Bahama is experiencing waste challenges that's making life difficult for healthcare workers. Speaking to reporters outside of the House of Assembly Monday, Pintard says the way in which government is disposing of bio-waste is not sustainable, adding they've received reports of waste being kept outside the facility.
We are deeply concerned. We believe that there's an opportunity to work with companies in Grand Bahama to make sure that they can transition into handling that on island rather than it being shipped. It's a simple acquisition of an incinerator, where there's a couple of companies that we are well aware have the ability to add to their inventory and to dispose of the waste.
All right, and tonight we bring you the inspiring story of a Bahamian woman who moved to Florida at a very young age and is now running for local office in the city of Miramar. In this report, she shares the overwhelming support she's received from the community. Meet Avril Sherazad, now a candidate for Miramar Commission seat number 3. Sherazad, whose maiden name is Mackenzie, was raised in New Providence and graduated with honors from Government High School. Determined, she moved to the United States on a full academic scholarship from Florida Memorial University, earned a graduate degree, and built a career in public service.
That parlayed into the opportunity to become a homeowner. And in 2010, I bought my very first home. I was not a resident. I was not a green card holder. I wasn't a citizen. I was an H-1B worker. But I knew that permanence is important.
Over the years, she says she's developed strong relationships with various nationalities and gained a deep understanding of the city needs, operations, and policies.
And when the opportunity arose to get acquainted with the current and past leaders in our city, I always rose to that occasion because familiarity is important to me. Very, very late in 2024, it dawned on me that you have to be the change you want to see in the world.
With the election scheduled for Tuesday, March 11th, she's confident and excited. She adds the love has been overwhelming from the community. She also says many Bahamian women have shown immense support during her campaign. And she left this powerful message to other young Bahamian women.
The only person who can get you to lift a foot to move forward is yourself. You have to build that inner gumption and know who you are. Because knowing who you are, nobody can ever tell you that you can't accomplish what you put your mind to. I'm an immigrant. I came at 16. I knew then that it's important to have community and have the right people around you.
All right, great advice. Well, nice weather conditions in the capital on this Monday. Wondering what else can we expect for the rest of the work week? Meteorologist Greg Thompson is live in the Weather Center with your first look at weather. Greg, good predictions for San Sal.
Yeah, you didn't get to hear my people, the butlers. Carry me in the crew.
Next time.
Hi, guys. Yeah, nice weather now, but we do have a front that's coming into the northwest Bahamas, bringing us some cloudiness, some showers. We showed on a satellite picture, but it is very warm on the outside right now ahead of that front. 81 degrees with a few clouds. It is still breezy. South-southwest winds at 17 miles per hour, and your field slight temperature is hovering in the low 80s. Satellite and radar composite showing a frontal boundary, active one, moving across the northwest Bahamas as we speak. Some showers and thunderstorm activity associated with that. The line is actually breaking up across South Florida, but we still have some showers and thunderstorms across western Cuba, some moving just to the north of Grand Bahama. That will be pushing towards the south. Very windy conditions out there. Hazardous boating and beaching. We have a gale watch and a gale warning in effect for the northwest and central Bahamas, so we're asking you boaters and you beachgoers, stay out of the waters for at least another day or two before things start to clear. That's your quick check around the islands. Stick with us. A look at your extended forecast is still to come.
Still to come in our news. Tonight, we are live from the upcoming Wine and Food Festival. Our Megan Shepherd and Daniel Miller will bring you all the highlights live from Atlantis on Paradise Island when our news continues. Stay with us.
Inti Corporation is on the move, day by day, panel by panel. Our commitment to sustainable energy becomes more real. With each milestone, Inti redefines what is possible. Not only are the Lucayas solar power projects on the island of Grand Bahama growing in scale, they are setting a new standard for energy independence in the Bahamas. These state-of-the-art solar farms at the Fairfield and Devon sites, once completed, will harness the power of the sun to generate 9.5 megawatts of clean, sustainable energy. Inti is on the move as a beacon of progress and innovation that is rapidly transforming our energy landscape. Witness the future of sustainable energy unfolding on the island of Grand Bahama as Inti Corporation shines brighter than ever. Inti Corporation, powering your world, powering your future.
Diet-friendly special.
Hi, and thank you for watching. I'm Natalia Hall. Be sure and hit that like and subscribe button if you want to see more content like this. Click right over here. And don't forget to turn on your notifications to see more content from the team you already trust.
The city of Miami Gardens.
Pack your bags and bring your taste buds on another amazing adventure. Starting March 10th through the 14th, the Our News team is live from the Nassau Paradise Island Wine and Food Festival at the Atlantis Resort, nightly at 7 and 7:30. As your official guides, we're giving you front row seats to world-renowned wine and spirit producers, award-winning chefs, culinary icons, and electrifying performances. An unforgettable week at the Wine and Food Festival starting March 10th with Our News.
My name is Trevi Williams. I've been a live fiber customer since March 2024. The installation process was seamless, effortless, and extremely fast. The gentlemen that came to the installation were very helpful, reliable, very knowledgeable, and time allocated.
It promises to be a culinary celebration like no other, with 5 days, 30 events, and over 100 international flavors. The countdown is on for the Atlantis Wine and Food Festival, and we're taking you inside the action. It all kicks off this Wednesday, and our Megan Shepherd will be your guide before and during the festivities. Is where she and the Our News team will be stationed all week. And Megan, I'm already jealous.
Italia, thank you so much. This is definitely the place to be this week. We're talking tacos and tequilas. We're talking swirl party. There's even something for the kids. A Barbie and Ken's culinary adventure kicks it off this Wednesday. We're going to have entertainment, local and international. We're going to have mixologists. We're going to have activities for you to get involved. You get a little tasting going on. You can do a little chefing if that's your thing. I personally would like to get in the kitchen. But an event of this magnitude does not happen overnight. Months and months and months of planning goes into this. So to help us understand a little bit about the preparation that goes into putting on the Nassau Paradise Island Wine and Foods Festival, here is our Danielle Miller. Danny, how's it looking over there?
Hey Megan, I am at the Good Lies mini golf course, and let me tell you something, darling. This island breeze with the trees swaying up against the iconic coral-colored building of Atlantis is exemplified paradise. Now we are preparing, like Megan said, for, I believe, the largest culinary event in the region. And there's proof in the pudding, because as I was coming through the airport this morning, There was the videos playing as you entered. There's billboards all around the island. There's a massive social media campaign which includes local and international influencers. And I was told that this is just one of the events that exudes the heart of Atlantis. To tell us more, here is the Vice President of Culinary Operations and Director of Entertainment. Let's take a look.
Our big events, we have tacos and tequila, we have Taste of Paradise, and we have the jerk jam.
Held on the sandy shores of Atlantis' Paradise Harbor, these 3 events are just the cake toppers of Nassau Paradise Island Wine and Food Festival. Spanning a total of 5 days, organizers have crafted 30-plus events highlighting more than 100 delicious foods, wines, and spirits, featuring stellar local and international chefs who will be taking over the resort and serving an unforgettable experience.
So number one is, most of our chefs that are coming in are iconic personalities already. Now, when they do personal experiences like master classes that we're holding, these are one of a lifetime opportunities for anybody to attend. You don't get a chance to sit in with Jose Andres, let's say, or Michael White. These are massive Michelin star chefs, who are world famous, and their time is critical.
The takeover is not limited to the culinary artisans. There will also be a massive entertainment aspect, highlighting local artists as they perform throughout the resort.
It's super important for us to expose our guests to the local talent because it aligns with our mantra, Bahamas at Heart. So we want to make sure our guests, experience the whole facet or the whole culture of the Bahamas through music.
For the big events, our very own Baha Men, Shad Colley and the VIPs, Wendy and KB are scheduled to set the stage ablaze. And closing out the festival will be Grammy award-winning reggae artist Shaggy. For more information and tickets, visit www.npiwff.com. Hope to see you guys and gals there. Reporting for our news, I'm Danielle Miller.
As you heard, I'm so sorry. I was so excited. Shaggy coming, and Shaggy is like one of my mother's favorite artists. And she was bragging about it, so I have to correct myself. He does not close out the festival. The festival actually closes out with another thing my mother loved, which is a good brunch and some gospel music. All right, guys, back to you in studio, Megan. Oh, back to you in Atlantis. Sorry, girl. We in Atlantis.
Looking forward to all of those events that you just mentioned. And if you're at home and you want to be a part of the events this week, head on over to all of the Our News Bahamas social media pages for your chance to win free tickets on us. Back to you, Kendino.
It's now time for tonight's Financial Market Minute, brought to you by RF, your local investment bank. This has been your Financial Market Minute. To explore the best performing mutual funds in the Bahamas, visit our website at www.rfgroup.com.
Coming up in sports, Jazz leaves the yard, find out the newest Bahamian to join the Mets farm system, an update on our national basketball team players, and a milestone moment for the Comets.
My name is Trevi Williams. I've been a Live Fiber customer since March 2024. The installation process was seamless, effortless, and extremely fast. The gentlemen that came to the installation were very helpful, reliable, very knowledgeable, and the time allocated to do the installation was shorter than the time specified. Yeah, the previous provider I had, I noticed that the internet speed I've actually had intermittent services, so I was very grateful that the live fiber was available in my area. Once I was able to make the switch, my service and everything I needed was satisfied. My favorite feature would actually be being able to add any apps from the Play Store. It's just basically making any dumb TV a smart TV. I do a lot of back-end support, engineering support, helping clients working remotely when I'm from home. Internet is a very important aspect of my job and my life. My name is Trey Williams, and the future is home with a live fiber.
Candino Notes here, and thank you so much for watching. Be sure and hit that follow button if you want to see more stories like this. Be sure and follow all of the R News social media pages. And hey, don't forget, turn on your notifications so you never miss out on top stories from the team you already trust.
Family, how you look so down? Set up all cold and flu, could flip that frown. All the coughing and that runny nose cannot last. You must come back to work and class. Set up organic.
Welcome to Our Sports, presented by 10th year seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. That's John Mark Nutt. Let's do show. Headed into Sunday afternoon, Jazz Chisholm had been struggling at the plate during spring training, but he was due for a breakout game in the heart of the New York Yankees lineup. Chisholm went 2 for 3, including his first home run of Grapefruit League play in yesterday's 6-5 loss to the St. Louis Cardinals in Tampa, Florida. He singled in the first inning and returned in the third for a 2-run home run that had an exit velo of 110 miles per hour and traveled 400 feet over the right field wall. It's been an offseason of change for the Yankees infielder after he agreed to a 1-year, $5.85 million deal with the Bronx Bombers for the upcoming season, and both sides avoided arbitration. On the field, the Yankees returned Chisholm to second base, the position where he earned an all-star nod in 2022.
Another young Bahamian baseball player heads to the minor leagues. Alex Enyas officially signed with the New York Mets over the weekend, becoming the 5th Bahamian player to join a franchise during the current international signing period. The Maximum Development Academy prospect joins a Mets pipeline that currently features fellow Bahamian Bohan Adderley. Enyas, 17, earned the offer from the Mets after he was recognized as a standout at the LDK Performance Showcase in January. The terms of the deal were not disclosed.
Following the triumph of America qualification, national team members were back with their respective clubs throughout Europe and South America. In the Cypriot Basketball League, Kentuan Smith had a dominant performance for Anathorsis. He finished with 25 points and shot 4 for 8 from three-point range in his club's 97-93 win over Etha. Smith is averaging 17 points and 8 rebounds per game in his first season with the club. Tavario Miller and his Argentinian club Kisma lost in the quarterfinals of the Basketball Champions League Americas. He finished with 17 points and 6 rebounds, but Kisma was eliminated 71-69 to Ceci Franca. In the French Pro B League, Dominic Bridgewater had 8 points and 4 assists for Chalons Reims as they won their second consecutive game 91-73 over Poitiers. Finally, in Spain's FEB Segunda, Franco Miller Jr.'s Palma won a crucial game for third place in the East Division standings, 69-62 over Liria.
I think it was a pretty hard-fought game. Liria is a very good team. It took a team effort for us to win, for sure. We came up defensively, and I think we played very aggressive.
In the latest chapter of the country's most intense sports rivalry, the Queens College Comets can claim the bragging rights for another year as the BAISS track and field champions. The Comets led from the opening day to the last events and totaled 1,344 points to win the 4th meet title in school history. The St. Augustine's College Big Red Machine finished second with 1,299.5 points. The Temple Christian Sons were third with 541 points, St. John's Giants were fourth with 382 points, and the St. Anne's Blue Waves rounded out the top 5 with 271 points. The Comets previously won the meet in 2015, 2016, and 2019.
That'll do it for Our Sports. This is 10YS. You know, my favorite part of BAISS, people acting like recruiting is not something that's supposed to happen.
My favorite part is the People's Champion, Temple Christian, 3rd place.
I feel like my take was better. Whatever. Back to the studio.
Still ahead on our news tonight, students at the St. George's High School in Grand Bahama mark Commonwealth Day with an inspiring assembly. That's all coming up when our news returns.
Yo, what's good, my loyal viewers? Ronaldo Dorset of 10YS here. First of all, thanks so much for watching, but be sure to hit that follow button. If you'd like to see more content like this, follow all of the R News social media pages, and of course, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team, well, from the teams you already trust.
Pack your bags and bring your taste buds on another amazing adventure. Starting March 10th through the 14th, the Our News team is live from the Nassau Paradise Island Wine and Food Festival at the Atlantis Resort, nightly at 7 and 7:30. As your official guides, we're giving you front row seats to world-renowned wine and spirit producers, award-winning chefs, culinary icons, and electrifying performances. An unforgettable week at the Wine and Food Festival starting March 10th with Our News.
My name is Trevor Williams. I've been a Live Fiber customer since March 2024. The installation process was seamless, effortless, and extremely fast. The gentlemen that came to the installation were very helpful, reliable, very knowledgeable, and the time allocated to do the installation was shorter than the time specified. Yeah, the previous provider I had, I noticed that the internet speed actually had intermittent on the services, so I was very grateful that the live fiber was available in my area. Once I was able to make the switch, my service and everything I needed was satisfied. My favorite feature would actually be being able to add any apps from the Play Store. It's just basically making any dumb TV a smart TV. I do a lot of back-end support, engineering support, helping clients working remotely when I'm from home. The internet is a very important aspect of my job and my life. My name is Trey Williams, and the future is home with a live fiber.
Joshua Williams here. Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit that follow button and to follow all of our social media pages. Also, don't forget to push that notification button so that you can see all of the great content from the team you already trust.
This is our news. Welcome back. Frontal boundary now pushing into the northwest Bahamas with some showers and some thunderstorm activity associated with it. Low pressure system to the north of us off the Carolina coast with that front attached, and that extends all the way into the southwestern Gulf, southwest Caribbean. That front will continue to race towards the southeast. In the meantime, very tight pressure gradient with this system will be creating some very hazardous boating and beaching, so we're asking you boaters and you beachgoers not to get into the waters because it's going to be very rough out there. Should continue through tomorrow as this front continues to push towards the southeast. Front future forecast showing the moisture source with that boundary pushing towards the south. It's going to continue to fall apart, but we could see a couple of showers. Most of the activity will be in the southeast Bahamas by tomorrow evening, and then high pressure will be building across the area behind that, and we're looking for some cooler temperatures, but temperatures will quickly rebound. Gale warning for the northwest and central Bahamas. West to northwest winds 20 to 25 knots. It will be gusting to near gale force. 6 to 9 foot seas expected. Low tide is at 12:29 in the morning. Your high tide takes place at 6:49. Southeast Bahamas, caution flag. South to southwest winds 15 knots, and they will be gusting higher times as well down there. Here's a look now at your national forecast. In the extended forecast, that front will continue to push. Breezy conditions, windy actually tomorrow, but conditions are expected to improve. Temperatures will be in the 70s at least until Wednesday, but they will quickly rebound back into the 80s. That's a look at our weather. Have a good night.
Thanks so much, Greg. Well, today is Commonwealth Day, a day set aside each year on the second Monday in March to celebrate the spirit of friendship, support, progress, and the rich diversity of the Commonwealth nations across the globe. Over in Grand Bahama at the St. George's High School, students came together to mark Commonwealth Day with an inspiring assembly.
This day, it means commencement, it means partnership, it means to come together to share what they have built today.
We feel unified on Commonwealth Day because we really take time to celebrate each country as a whole in the Commonwealth.
All right, good stuff. And with that, we thank you for joining us for our news tonight. On behalf of the entire team, I'm Natalia Hall. We'll see you tomorrow night. Have a great evening.
Hi, and thank you for watching. I'm Natalia Hall. Be sure and hit that like and subscribe button if you want to see more content like this. Click right over here. And don't forget to turn on your notifications to see more content from the team you already trust.
The City of Miami Gardens presents